So what you can do is, as a start, you can put moon in Kanya Rashi. What you can do, you can put moon in Kanya Rashi. What you can do is, next you can put sun in Rishabha Rashi. Sun in Rishabha Rashi. So let me also add this for people in the northern part of India, right? Let's put the ascendant here as Simha. Simha here. So moon in the second bhava in Kanya Rashi and sun here, right? It's just for your understanding, not more than that. But here, I'm not even going to put the Lagna. It is just for your understanding, right? So now, what does moon denote? Moon denotes your mother. Am I correct? Moon denotes your mother. What does sun denote? Sun denotes your father. See, till now, we are talking about the second bhava. So the second bhava from your Lagna, it definitely indicates you. But that is not what we are for only today here, right? Using one horoscope, you should be able to predict for the entire family. That is when you are a complete astrologer. That is when you should be able, that is when you get into this mode where you can literally stun everybody. So just using my horoscope, can I predict for my entire family? Can I predict what my family members will be doing? Yes, definitely you can go about and do that. So now, just like how we are seeing here, moon is your mother, sun is your father. Now here, automatically you need to keep this in mind. We are discussing about the second bhava, correct? So which is the second bhava from sun? Which is the second bhava from sun? Mithuna, right? Which is the second bhava from moon? Right? Let me write it down so that all of you know. So, second from moon, second from sun. Am I correct? So you need to write that down. So now, what you can do is, if I have to know about my father's earning, if I have to know about my father's finances, if I have to know about my father's family, where would all of this be? All of this would be right here in Mithuna Rashi. If I have to know about my mother's earnings, if I have to know about my mother's speech, if I have to know about all that we discussed as far as the Karakattvas of second bhava is concerned, and if I had to connect that with my mother, all that I need to know is what? I need to know Tula Rashi. Now, write down. For any graha, the second from where it is, which means for any graha, the second house from that graha would indicate what? Would indicate the dhana, would indicate the kutumba, which is family, would indicate the vak of that graha. What do I mean by that? For any graha, which means like, for example, sun, my father, moon, my mother, Shukra, my wife. The second from that graha would indicate that grahas, which means what? Sun means my father, moon means my mother, Shukra means my wife, will indicate the vak, speech, will indicate the finances, will indicate the family of that person. Which means everything is already decided here, right? Or in order to not use the word decided, you can just use, it is just complemented already as far as your chart is concerned. Now, let's move to the next step here. What you're going to do is, you're going to put Shukra in Meena Rashi here. You're going to put Shukra in Meena Rashi here. So let me put Shukra here in the North Indian chart. Right? And what you're going to do is, you're going to put Mercury or Buddha in Mesha Rashi. Right? You're going to put Mercury or Buddha in Mesha Rashi. So now, Moon is your mother, right? The second bhava from moon. There's no Lagna here. We're just using moon as the Lagna here when we are talking about your mother in your horoscope. Now, all of you should start using it on your horoscope right after the session gets over. So, the second from moon, which is ruled by Shukra, indicates my mother's wealth, indicates my mother's earning, indicates my mother's speech. And how is it? It is getting into a Uchchagati. It is getting into a Uchchagati. Now, let's go to the father here. The second from sun, which indicates my father, which indicates my father's earnings, which indicates my father's speech, which indicates my father's family, right? Where is he? He is in the 12th from sun, right? Because this becomes the Lagna. If I have to talk about my father, this becomes the Lagna here. So where is he? The second is in the 12th from where he is, right? So automatically what happens? Now, can you come to a conclusion here? Who will control this family? Who's the head of this family? Is it the father? Is it the mother? It is the mother's speech which is dominant in the family. It is the mother whose speech dominates the family. What is the father's speech? So, not that much, right? Even if he speaks also, not much of value. Even if he earns also, it is getting into the Varya, not much of earning. How is the family? Father's family? Not that much. How is the mother's family? Good. She comes from a good family. Moon's second bhava, Lord, is getting into an exalted position. So, what can you tell now? Immediately, you should be able to come with at least 5-6 points. What will this mother be doing? The mother's first, you need to start with a speech. The mother will dominate the family with her speech. The mother will make earnings. Why? Because the second bhava from moon is exalted. What work will the mother be doing? The mother will be a teacher. The mother will be a banker, or she will be working in a bank, or at least minimum, she will be doing some finance business. She won't keep quiet inside the house. You should predict like this. It will come to the point accurate predictions. That is the way you should predict. Which means here in this family, everybody obeys the mother. The mother is the boss of the family. The mother is administering the family. Simple. Whoever is earning will take care of the family. That's all. Which means once you understand this simple, easy concept, just by using a horoscope, you would be able to go about and predict for each and every member in the family, right? Your mother, she will be going for a job. No, sir. She will be doing some form of work or the other. Yes, sir. She's not going for a job, but she's the head of the house. She does some chit fund business. She does some finance business. What about your father? He just goes for a job, but whatever salary he earns, he has to give it to my mother. The mother makes sure that she takes the money from my father and saves it. So this is how it is. So here, what about this Mercury in this second bhava? Can we predict something using this Mercury in the second bhava? Yes, we can definitely predict. See, Shukra, right? Here, it indicates what? Shukra indicates the wife. So here, we are ideally talking about Shukra close to Mercury, which means what? The wife will be close to the maternal uncle, right? What about Mercury in the second? Again, we can say there would be two sources of income. Who will have two sources of income? The wife will have two sources of income. Why? Because Mercury automatically indicates dualness or two. Right? Again, if you have an aunt, let us say Shukra aunt, the aunt will be living also near the maternal uncle. So once you just understand the Karakattvas, immediately you would be able to go about and beautifully connect it one by one, right? Which means immediately using a horoscope itself, you should be able to come up with predictions for the entire family. Next. Hope you understood this concept. Does anybody have any doubt before we move to the next?
Sir, I have a doubt, please.
Sure, ma'am, please go ahead.
So just the way you had mentioned all the planets for a family member, do
Mhm.
we take a planet Jupiter for ourselves or we take the Lagna for ourselves?
Ma'am, Lagna is you, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir.
But before that, how did you come into this conclusion that Jupiter is for you?
So Jupiter is Jeev Karak.
For whom, ma'am?
Jupiter is the Jiva, the person, the native
Jupiter is a
himself.
Jiva Karaka for a male that we would be discussing next month. Next month would be dedicated to Graha combination. As
All
of
right,
now, we are using the Lagna, we are using the Graha. Right,
all
ma'am?
right.
So,
Thank you.
next month when we go, that time we will take Jupiter as the Jiva Karaka, not for you, ma'am. Correct? We would
Ji,
be
sir.
taking Shukra as a Jiva Karaka for you. Guru as a Jiva Karaka for a male. I think there is a message in the chat box. Hello, sir. Can we predict for the father's family, his brothers and sisters? For his brothers and sisters. See, your father's brother, when we are talking about your father's younger brother, this is a question from Anilaya. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. I'm sorry, Ayya. Anilaya. So, when we are predicting for your father's younger brother becomes Shani, which is your uncle. Your father's elder brother would become Shukra. At times it is taken as Guru also, but you can keep it Shukra. So your father's younger brother you can predict, his brothers and his sister. Sister is Shukraya, your Attai. Shukra is your aunt. So yes. So Shukra you can use in order to go about and predict for your father's sister. Father's younger brother, you can actually go about and use Shani. Right? Hope I've answered the question. Next.
Yeah, is it the same for the mother's side also?
Yeah, mother's side is different. Yeah. Mother's side, Mercury or Buddha is for your mother's brother. Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Next. Any other question? Okay. Next, write down